Hey guys, what is up?
I hope everyone is doing well. Hope everyone's having an amazing day because I am as usual. And ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about a very interesting topic, okay? So, many people, when it comes to crypto investments, always think of the main cryptos like Bitcoin, Ethereum. So I would say those are the two that come into their minds, especially Bitcoin. And it's almost like, you know, if someone says to you, hey, are you investing in crypto? Are you in crypto? How much? The next question is, how much Bitcoin do you have? Right? So everyone kind of always talks about this Bitcoin and this Ethereum. But in my opinion, and I know it's kind of like a very bold move, like a very strong statement, but I think they don't have that much potential. I'm really sorry, but they don't have so much potential. Do they have security? Yes, they have more security because they have more investors. More depends on them, on these cryptos. You know, I feel like if something went wrong, probably the governments of the world would come and save them. But in terms of like an investment where you're trying to make a lot of money, okay, you're trying to get those massive returns, 10 times, 20 times, 100 times. Oof, I don't know about it. I think, in my opinion, Bone, it has way more potential, and I'll tell you why. Let's have a look at, well, for example, Bitcoin, right? So if I open Bitcoin, so it's floating around let's say 20,000. I mean, if I open up a full chart of Bitcoin, right? This year, if you had invested, you wouldn't have made money. It's been going down. Bitcoin is also heavily reliant on economics, okay, on the economy. So everything that's happening in the world, and what's it called? So if you look at the price of it right now, it's still massive. Although it went down, I think it's still a massive price. So if you're looking to double, you would expect Bitcoin to go all the way to 40k. Think about it. It has to go to 40k in order for you to double your money. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is very hard to achieve. And in order for it to just go 5 times, so 5x, okay, penta, it would have to get to 100k, $100,000. What was the highest point it's ever reached? It was about 65, right? 65, I think, 60 something. So in order for you just to get 5 times the return, it would need to reach a number that has never even been reached before, which is really, really crazy. And, and how far can it potentially go? So some people are like, let's invest in Bitcoin. We'll get 20 times, 30 times. I mean, do you really think Bitcoin can reach $1 million per Bitcoin? I think it's unrealistic. I'll be honest with you. I mean, what would have to happen with it? Because that hasn't happened. I don't think anything is worth 1 million. I can't find any token that's worth 1 million. A serious one in the crypto world. So, in my opinion, I just think the returns are not high enough. They're just not good enough. And you would really have to wait quite a bit of time just to receive double or triple your money when you have something like Bone, okay? Bone, which is relatively cheap, okay? And it's expected to go to $100. Now, if that goes to $100 and you bought it now, you'd be getting like 80, 90 times your return, okay? And if you think about it, 70 times return. And if you think about it, if you had bought it back in May, when it was floating before $1, less than $1. So for example, 0.3. This is where I was buying it in May. Oh my God, I am already sitting on 4 times the investment. So if I had bought Bitcoin at $20,000, it would have to go up to like 80, if not $100,000. And that has never even happened before. And there is no, I don't think Bitcoin is going to have any development that's going to completely push the price up like Bone. Bone is just a kind of a token with no real utility at the moment. So we're waiting for it to happen. And this is why I keep on, stressing the fact that you have to look at these. Yeah, they have small market caps, but you're not really investing that much, but you're getting a massive return. You're seeing returns that you would never make in a bank, business-wise as well, very hard. You know, sometimes you invest into businesses and they're promising you 20% returns a year. So take that into account, okay? The fact that it has way more potential because it's nice and cheap. The number isn't that high. And this is why, for example, Shiba Inu is so lucrative and so many whales have invested into it. Obviously, it's going to take a long time. But can you imagine if it reaches 0.01? Oh my God, the amount of millionaires that are going to be made is going to be insane. You could invest, imagine that money that you invest into Bitcoin, you just buy one Bitcoin hoping that it doubles, right? Which is like the best case scenario. And it will double, probably double or triple at some point. It's nothing compared to if you invested $20,000 into Bone and you invested it when it was like less than $1. You would have, you'd be sitting on more than 100 grand in profit. So these things are things that you need to really take into account, the potential of it. Just because someone is talking about Bitcoin, they're like, oh, it's just a commercial name. No one really understands it that well. No one really gets it. Everyone just invests into it because, others are doing it. It's a bit like, saying, oh, I want to work for Google or I want to work for Microsoft. Well, listen, there's a lot of other companies that will probably even pay you better than that. There's more potential with them. But, just because it has a name, everyone has to do it. And this is, in my opinion, kind of sad that it's almost like a lot of people are like a herd of sheep, just following each other. Oh, have you invested into Bitcoin? Let's have a look at, for example, Ethereum. I think Ethereum as well, in my opinion, I think it has more potential. It did reach a high of, I think, about 4,000 or something. And there's the blockchain network, so many things are associated with Ethereum, but that's a very expensive price to be buying at 1,326. Okay, but the developer, okay, he's quite active, so you never know, it could be taken to the next level. If it goes up to 50 grand per Ethereum, then you've made 50 times your investment. But oh my God, Bitcoin, in order to get 50 times, it would be crazy. I mean, what would have to happen? It had to go to $1 million, and I don't think at this moment Bitcoin is worth $1 million. Nowhere close. It would take years and years and years. As hopeful as we want to be, it really isn't like a crypto of 1 million. Now, although there is potential in years and years after all the minting has finished, supply has finished, then potentially, if nothing comes to replace Bitcoin. But always look, this is why they're so lucrative, these small, tokens, meme coins, these prices, because they just, they are so cheap and they can really swing. And if they swing upwards, the returns that you are projected to get are just insane. And this is why, on this note, okay, at this moment, Bone just looks like a much better investment with all the developments that are going to come out. All the things, and looking just purely on the price. I mean, anyone can afford this, guys. Anyone can buy one Bone, and you can buy many of them as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, on this note, I'm definitely going to leave it for you guys to kind of think about it. Also engage. What are you thinking? Do you think these ones, tokens like Bone have more potential than Bitcoin? They're just overrated, overhyped up, and maybe Bitcoin could be just used as a reserve, how people invest money into like gold or like some safe point, and potentially Bitcoin, based on this market cap, is the safest. You won't have that many whales moving it, so they use it as a safety basis, but not a return, not one to see massive returns on, for sure. So let's engage, let's talk about it, and also, guys, don't forget to subscribe. Okay, very, very important. Ladies and gentlemen, this community is growing like no tomorrow. I really want you to be part of the journey. So much interesting content, so many people are engaging. So join and hit that notifications bell. And most importantly, I want to say a big thank you to everyone. I appreciate all the support, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace out.